It's funny to say that one is trying to sabotage the system. On a more serious note, let me correct this impression. Let's note that it is only once that is under Reverend Alberto Okotubekwe.
Yeah.
That was when staff rose up against him. Now, the reason was that we have seen that IGF, by law and by policy, is not supposed to be used to purchase cars. Now, 1 million of that IGF money. Today, we are crying that we don't have money. So let's look at the back. What happened was transferred backwards. We are complaining. And then that money was used to purchase cars. It's not only that. We also realized that board allowances were increased arbitrarily for over 300%. Board allowance was 500, it was increased to 2,200. To some extent, it was increased. We had board fees and board allowances. And then when we raised those issues, I was glad that time the sector minister came up to say, no, Korle-bu has not come to seek any permission for me to increase the allowance. That is not the process, and that's not the procedure. And for that matter, Korle-bu. Now, the minister gave a directive at that time that there were 2 cars that were left. And for that matter, if those cars were not allocated to anybody, they should return to the ministry because we cannot continue to use those monies to buy cars. When she left, the order was not followed. That same 2 cars were reallocated again to 2 directors who were on probation, who were having 2 brand new cars. So the question you keep asking yourself, what are we doing in the hospital? There's a policy which has been floated. The minister has come out. He has written a letter, signed, referring to the policy. And you have no money mindset. So who is supposed to be the watchdog? And we keep saying that, and you see basic things in the hospital are lacking. You read, for example, we don't have gloves, we don't have any suction machine. How much does it cost? But we end up spending money on other things other than what the money is supposed to be used for. Like patient care. And we bear the ground. Patients come in, for example, you don't have a medicine, comes midnight, there's no reagents in the laboratory. They start talking to you. And some of them, the price is just as 2 cedis. So when they wait and they go and buy it across the street early in the morning, they come and ask, so the drug is just 1 cedi, and you can't have it in your place. So I have to wait. If something has happened to the patient, what will have happened? Look at the closure of the surgical blocks. Look at ICU. Look at the closure of eye department. There are signs that we have. There are problems, and this can be resolved when there's prudent management of our scarce resources.
Really, what are these issues you have against?
Well, there were so many issues that were discussed. First of all, I was there because of the vindication. There was this audit report that had been published, and they wanted me to throw more light on that. For example, in the audit report, the Auditor General found out that Korle-bu had paid 92,000 Ghana cedis for former CEO and had given him free VW car after he had used it for only 2 years. And in the same report, there was this judgment debt Korle-bu had to pay at least up to the tune of 300,000 at that time to staff that were arbitrarily dismissed, and they took the case to court and they won. So the general wanted to find more. Partly because at that time we were labeled as mafians, and because people were bringing change and the change was going to affect us, we were resisting. So when the issue was published, these were the things that were raising, that Korle-bu doesn't follow procedures and processes. For example, the law is very clear on financial administration regulation. If there are certain things, you need to seek approval from the sector minister. The sector minister then go seek approval from the finance minister, and then you get back to Korle-bu. This wasn't done. This was clearly floated. So they asked of my views, and I spoke about that. Now, they also asked my views about the trust fund. We had indicated point clear that the Senior Staff Association of Korle-bu were not against the trust fund. We were demanding transparency and accountability. Now, this was echoed by the minister during the lunch. The minister was very blunt on that. He said, look, Korle-bu must open up for people to see what is being done. In other words, there must be transparency and accountability. Now, we had read the issue because for some time, monies are being collected to be used for certain purpose in Korle-bu, and the money end up not being used for the purpose. One of them, the children's block emergency. When you go there, the place is barricaded. The money where people donated monies for it to be used to construct an emergency unit for the child health department. But as we speak now, the process has come to a halt.
So where are these monies?
We can't find them. We can't find them. So if again Korle-bu's name is going to be used to collect money from well wishes, we think that, look, there must be a constitution that we demanded. The constitution will say A, B, C, D. So when the money is not being used according to what is stipulated in the constitution, then we have the right to demand. We are just watchdogs of probity, accountability, and transparency. That is all. Let me say that Chancellor Pam, the president of the Korle-bu Senior Staff Association, did not breach the hospital media policy. The hospital media policy is very, very, very clear. There are guidelines that are related to individual staffs. Now, it's noted all over that union leaders or union executives, they speak on behalf of the association. So they are allowed by law and for that matter to talk on issues. So we realize that you have the NAGRA, GRNA, spokesperson, GMA, spokesperson. They all speak on behalf of the association, and that does not breach the media policy of the Korle-bu Teaching Hospital. So to me, that's not even a non-starter of the issue.
Yasaba, Korle-bu says some people that I may do a car, no agreement. So as the independent or treating at the end of Etimia baby as I said, Sikadi, car, Ntokwa, position, yeah, she's hospital, Jessica, in Dimua Kunta. Aye, Bibia, aye, no home.
See one time.
At the end of Yakuma, ba, a poem with the home summer. Korle-bu, and Yakuma.
The whole Ghana, you so pass or one ever.
The whole children is on my way. Sim Basa, who sounds and a wine crown in charge. Eba Korle-bu and in summer APP film. Eba, no, no, than a car sem and no born one sem no crown. In whom baby you could see it. Now, no, that I feel Sikabia Yagia, as he had the boom contact in whom baby, and so was now no done as say, as he say be a cosso, and also and was some same woman. Now no done a sham, as I say, because then you jaguar near 2 minutes about and some no.
That's a name of Korle-bu one or Muhianima.
GF, I said GF, Anna.
Is it almost who cry?
0302 211 up to 4 in income. 0302-211-701 up to 4. Now also for our joint children.
Well, baby, now why you crowded?
Here because baby, as of Enea Ghana, TRC Ghana, Ekoswede, apart from CABC, other hospitals are equally can compete with a Korle-bu Teaching Hospital. For now, a Korle-bu seminar, a dosh to do. A bro, a journey into a season.
In Pennyphone Rank.
Into
one. When someone and took a while,
0302-211-701 up to 4. Mestre, and now Obiani who quine. So chia. Korle-bu asem.
Straight.
Would the far baby pet? May you a film. Mrs. Subi. Obiani who quine. So chia. Korle-bu asem. Would the far baby? May you a film. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, my good morning.
A poem to say.
Yamana, the morning of what is it?
Honorable, a poem to say.
Oh, my boy, not all the years here, who deserves them what to say, and what here me.
I ain't the Koso.
You, with the well, we have here super, let's throw. I never to be seen, Mr. Why.
They say, young Koya, Semno so precope, BC can come on, baby.
You would have
come on,
baby. Korle-bu asem. I'm the same disaster. Korle-bu hospital, no. I think hospital no share, but before Korle-bu on and Kata and Sama. If I say, as a man managing Diamante Chimu and I expect it.
Oh, yeah. So soon to and so to.
I'm area moon swato.
Oh, always say do. Oh, the restrictions are every judgment.
Papa.
Songo. Bernard, I'm waiting.
Me do hear me. Air conditioning.
Debbie, you share ready so. The money I want to say. Michelle, Kowasem.
What's the Bernard Amoni? Now to be doing here air conditioning special. They say we locate in a one America B. No gardens to the phone as the on America B. Many people of course. So that's it. And the other, and I'm in Chai. Opening you can hospital for Nina Brown, let's say a month want them in here in Padios. Yenina will be at me a copy. My day today to me, Emma Hospital, a year papa, the Benin to call her, a year for Dapa, Lenny better. To me apart, you better direct Ghana fine. On us, the Ghana be PR. Hell, also to me, poor, maybe PR on camera. They are yelling at hospital. Now, I don't know, it's me about 8 months over hospital. Then he parted that from that, but MY and yes, I'm paying for. I'll to me can be who sell more, no more, and maybe PR so and on camera. And let the other me just go.
Ashavin.
Ashavin. Yamakwabo.
Oh, Asiaman Crater Magroni, or mine in Cobras and Patromania, and Nana Paitazi, Mapomu to say,
Yami Adom, young way pa, young choir sumner so.
I know the minister with your versus Salolo, Modabatori, Asiama Monday. Then never can't find say, hospital of mine. Well, if I live in Guanamatuman, I come up for what I know about Sinane, which now hospital. For my president, Rolly Timaye. No, Papa said the air Kosovo. Me say hospital will say your mind now. Or maybe I have business. And I've been more, real department, real department, your pen or yet. And yes, our mind is at the air Kosovo, Korle-bu, who won't have me may catch me, any of Papa could may cut a can of buying any pound for any health minister. Sama yet I'm going to say, I'll say, on to anything no fancy or no man or woman. So, and yes, sometimes no more be my or more say, Tell you, Papa Tire, or be young, as national money to be a big too. And as for mine, you know, the preacher or Mary, what to Korle-bu.
All right.
The same Mumrasin and I'm Ramadi. Now they see me Bannister. Even a master Ghana for to a bravo original to another couple say. Your course was Yana saying there, helpful challenge the Yadma. Oko now Coco War, Bibama was doing to Kaya, dear Sapa, Dosto, Tutuno, who are going to do the Batine, really or Gino, power, so I do a for them out, you know, that
okay. Ma, yeah, now I say, I'm 2 p.m. baby, 2 p.m. matching.
But also on my hand, but not at Now,
Namiadum.
Let me near by the Munya, but you're not so much more. Governor, yes, Yanka, Lina, come out and pile. Because, okay, near my cost for Korle-bu. You know, continuing in a room, crack up where it is behind. Every that create or Mampany, Excellency Buhari, Obama, John Dramani, Mahama. And did a better message, Mr. Papaponi, a special advisor to the president. No more presidents have don't take. Say a year Korle-bu, and Yama, air Kosovo, and your pay. And my machine, I can't let a madam pay. Because you have a corner, be sure Mampany. So it's your Mampany, because I never have to hospital. It's a interview crime anyway, I'm a him. It's really better a Mampany. Any I'm 24 more crabby at the womb. So I'm 2-1 or more. Now, I'm going to pay you because they never look at back war. Now we work around and dance. Now, why you say, that would the patients could have covered as I know what's happening. I put to a special advisor, but they are wrap up body. Some more Mampany are on tape, no more money.
You know, I see it for you. Apia, Marit, no one as a cantonment, one. More a fitness than the hospital where she will name a bruise more special of a hospital where it is I mean because me either say GIS one now and I Labonia. Okay, the archer. Me, I'm would that. No, baby, or it me yes. I don't go to Jimmy or Yana. No, tell me, news on oh, what do you oh, Casam Crow, who sat to sing that. I saw say, maybe my one day and a beam so. We saw some who said that to me. I could say,
Unya ya die bi sai akọ hwe hospital sai die.
Ka wo coffee fi mu sa because you interested. Bi da sa one akoto ja say ya na say bia de machine. Nipa yare o. Nipa yare. Ya yare si anti akọ.
Ya die be ku kremo no. Ya die be ku kremo no bo ni chiwa bre.
Wa dwi me wo say. Nipa nyina do.
Anyway, we hunu ni nyina to die.
Ya sem shu. Ndofo beda no wata.
Wata beda no ndofo. Dey ni so ye de beto so. E ho na wo do say. Yes, you. Ampia brother.
There goes.
7 dozen. Na won't tell you about.
I did yes.
Oh, won't tell.
There.
So, when so jagged. Ai. Om say buha.